Good morning, everyone. You're welcome to the 5th Youth Town Hall meeting. Yes, the audio is working. There is no issue. We are just waiting to kick off while more members join us. This is the 5th Youth Town Hall meeting. We've had 4 in the past. And yes, they have been extremely useful and beneficial. Today, we'll be speaking more on agriculture and mining. We have forms for Google Forms if you're interested in mining, and Google Forms, a Google form if you're interested in mining, and a Google form if you're interested in agriculture. Well, sorghum farming, I believe that one is. And there's we have someone from Yadah who will also be speaking to us about the opportunities in agriculture. So today is focused more on mining and agriculture. Every week we focus on a different area, a different topic. It's an opportunity for you to learn more about the initiatives of the federal government, so not just the Ministry of Youth and Sports, but it's also an opportunity for the federal government to listen to Nigerian youth and understand what particular problem, well, I won't say problem, what particular issues we have, so we can bring them to the table, discuss them, and find a way forward. So you're welcome, everyone. Do stay tuned. It will be a beneficial session. If you'd like to ask questions at any point, you may wish to raise your hand or type them out in the chat section. We'll be sharing necessary information with you in the chat section. So at this point, I would like to invite the Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports Development, Mr. Sunday Dare, who would give us a few opening remarks. Dear sir, you may wish to unmute yourself, sir.
Thank you very much, Kemi. It's a pleasure to be having the 5th in the round of Youth Town Hall meeting today, Friday, the 13th of November, 2020.
Yes, sir, I'm so sorry to interject, sir, but we can't see your video, sir. Is that on purpose, sir?
My video is on. Oh, you can't see it. Can you hear me? But can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir. We just can't see you, sir.
I think I have a bit of challenge with my camera.
Okay, sir.
So let me just go on this way. Okay, thank you very much. Now, let me welcome all of our youth, the younger generation. Thank you so much for joining us today. Some of you have been with us from the very first one. Some of you joined us along the way, and some might just be joining today. This is an initiative of the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, arising from the protest, but more importantly, the expectations and aspirations of Nigerian youth and the need to make sure that we have a continuous dialogue and feedback on issues that concern the Nigerian youth. But beyond that, our work is to bring before you opportunities that exist in government for youth development, but also opportunities that exist in the private sector. So what we've tried to do in the last 5 weeks, and we'll continue to do that, is to bring ministers in relevant ministries that have a plan, a project, or projects for the youth, so that you can ask them questions. You can also get answers to some of the things they're doing. But beyond that, they can also help to answer questions regarding the overall direction of the Nigerian government, the APC-led federal government. But also we're going to slice that up with the private sector so that people involved in empowering the youth, investing in them, that have opportunities for them, can also come up here and have an exchange with our youth. The whole sole purpose is to present opportunities for our youth. On our part is to make sure that we help our youth to be onboarded into our various training programs, empowerment programs, investment programs, as the case may be. So I'm glad today to welcome back Mrs. Jumake Olawayin, who is an expert in mining. And I like the catchphrase, the youth, mining my business. The opportunities in the mining sector are massive. Last week, we took a stab at it. We felt it was important to have another follow-up today. But also, just on Tuesday, the president launched the Yadah Young Farmer Program. Yadah is an agency of the government, and we have a director from Yadah who will speak to it. The process of recruitment, training of our youth and supporting them in agriculture has started. We're going to get critical insights and information that can get us started today. So we go beyond just talking. We also walk the talk and we act immediately. And I'm sure that today we'll have a good exchange, a no holds bar exchange. We'll listen to the opportunities, but also we're at liberty to ask other questions that are very important to the Nigerian youth. I'll be around to answer a few of those questions since I'm the only minister on this panel. But I also think it's important to direct questions to the people, the experts in mining and also in agriculture, so that these are two major initiatives of government from which we can turn our youth into entrepreneurs. So once again, good morning and you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, sir. Without much ado, we'll move straight to Madam Jumoke Lawayi. Okay, it seems we have lost her. So just 2 seconds. So while we've lost Madam Jumoke, I'd like to invite the representative of Yadah to speak to us, and that's Barrister Hajara Abba Kawu. I hope I got that right. So I'll be on now, Barrister Hajara Abba. So please, if you wish to unmute yourself. Barrister Hajara.
Okay.
Please unmute yourself.
Okay. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. But I think you might need to speak up a little bit.
Okay. Good morning once again. My name is Barrister Hajara. I'm representing Yadah. Can you hear me?
Can you hear her?
Yes, we can hear you, but it's a bit faint, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, can you increase your volume?
Okay, my name is Barrister Hajara. I'm representing Yadah on National Youth Farmer Scheme Program. And Yadah was flagged off by Mr. President on 10th November. The scheme is designed to develop communities across the nations by empowering youths through agricultural values, among others. And this scheme is to empower 1,000 youth in 774 local governments in Nigeria. That is to encourage the youths into farming and animal husbandry, among others. And the method of recruitment is a community-based program, so it's through the stakeholders of each community.
So can we all hear Barrister Hajara?
It's very low.
Hello, can you hear me? But I can hear you.
Kemi,
Can't hear them. I hear her very well. I hear someone.
it just needs more volume.
As I said, the program is designed to encourage youths that are not into farming, encourage them to farming and introducing young Nigerians into farming, both animal husbandry and crops farming. And the method of recruitment is through the stakeholders of each community across the 774 local governments in Nigeria. NALDA is empowering 1,000 youths in each of the 774 local governments in Nigeria per annum.
Hello, Kemi.
Honorable Minister, sir.
Yeah, Barrister can go on. I think the volume will improve. She can just go on.
Okay, sir. Yes, no, Barrister, please do go on, ma'am. We are hearing you.
Okay, should I repeat myself again?
Go on, just go on.
No, just continue. Yes, it's okay.
Okay, should I repeat what I said again? Oh, it's okay.
It's okay, ma'am. Very okay.
Hello. It's okay. Okay. That is
Yes, very okay.
okay.
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. So that's the end of the presentation.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no
what
problem.
yes, that's what I can say now. Yeah.
But they will have questions.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the questions.
Okay. So at this point, does anybody have a question for Barrister Hajara? Please, if you do, you may wish to indicate by raising your hand. I think I've seen a hand already, and that is Esther Hadassah Igoche. I hope I pronounced your name properly. Esther, I am trying to unmute you now. You may wish to unmute yourself. Esther Hadassah.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. We appreciate the platform that we've been given. I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, you can go on. We can hear you.
Okay. Just to comment on the address given by the representative of NADA, that was quite a short one. And these are the things that we keep complaining about as youths. Looking at the representative, I'm sure probably doesn't know anything about farming and all that. Information that will help us as youth to know exactly what is going on. The address for me is so brief. You didn't even tell us those incentives that are put in place, all those. In fact, there was no information that was passed across. That's what we're saying. Like, it's obvious that you standing here as a representative are not even properly equipped to even give us the information we need for us to even ask you the necessary questions that we should be asking. And that's the that we're complaining about. There is no communication. What you just told us, I don't know, what do I ask you from what you said? Because you've not even given me sufficient information. So that's just what I have to say.
Okay, thank you so much, Esther. So Esther says, Barrister Hajara, that we need a bit more information. So a bit more information about the fact that I believe it's 774 or something like that in different local government areas. So I don't know if you can give us some more information on the benefits so how many slots are there? How does one qualify for the slots? What are the benefits that come with the slots? So maybe something along those lines might help a little bit more, ma'am.
Okay, as I said, NALDA was launched by the president. NALDA will empower 1,000 youths in each of the 700 across the nation. And the empowerment is, and this program is mainly to encourage youths that are not into farming, to encourage young Nigerians into farming, And to Esther, if you need any information, you can check on our website and other things. So I think I have given you sufficient information because NALDA is just coming up now. And we are targeting 1,000 youths in each of the 774 local governments in Nigeria per annum. And the method of it is through the stakeholders, as I mentioned, that is in each community or in each state. So if you want me to explain more, I don't know, and you can ask.
Okay, thank you so much, Barrister. I'll just look for the website for this particular initiative, and we'll share.
And the benefits. Okay, sorry. Let me mention. You asked of the benefits. The benefits of this program is now that some youths will be engaged through animal husbandry. That is mostly in the southern part of the country, while in the northern part of the country we have lands and all this. They will be engaged into crop farming and other things. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if she needs more information, you can log into our website and you will find.
Okay, thank you so much. Do we have any more questions? You can signify by just waving your hand physically, because I know we have some hands up, but we'll get to those when we get some information from the site. But if you do have any questions, if I can just see your hand up physically, then we can. Okay, so Alex Pamda, I hope I got your name correctly. Please, Alex Pamda, you can unmute. Alex Panda.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Permit me to continue on the protocol that I take in the inception. I'm live from Jos, State. I was actually going through my pizza and 5 minutes program actually saw the link and I followed that. Most say that
can we all hear Mr. Alex?
No.
No. Mr. Alex, I believe I'm struggling to hear you. Maybe try again and let's see how that goes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I said I'm live from Jos. I saw the link to the program I think 5 minutes before time. And so far, I would say it's a good initiative. And I appreciate you all for putting it across to us in such a way. And one of the questions I have to ask Barrister Hajara Abakau is, I don't know how these programs are being disseminated to all of those local governments, because so far in Jos, we have 17 local governments, and I have not heard of any of such benefits accruing to any of the local governments. And if there is a way it's actually done, how is the information actually spread so that we can actually get to participate? Because we have people, young people around that actually are having and developing passion for agriculture. But then the information, I think, is actually, like Esther actually said from the inception, that the information is not being spread, and the targeted youth, I don't think the program is actually getting to the 1,000 per local government, as the barrister has rightly said. So please, we need light on how we can actually benefit, especially here in Jos, because most of the programs, you actually get to hear them happening in other states. And Plateau State is actually a kind of left out. So I really want to bring it to the table and to the Honorable Barrister to actually help in actually giving us the right information we need to participate and have it to serve us in a way that the government is actually seeing it. I think that's all I have for now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alex. Okay, that's great. Barrister Hajara, would you like to respond to that, or do I take somebody else?
Okay, you can take somebody so I can respond.
Okay, so please, if anybody would like to speak, please do raise your hand in a physical way so that I can see you across the screen, because we have a good number of hands up, so I want to be able to take the right person at this point. So, okay, I have Damilola Sora. Please, I hope I got your name right. Damilola, I've asked you to unmute yourself, sir. Ah, there we go. So now it's a bit longer, but the screen has truncated.
Okay, it's
Yes.
Damilola Samaya James.
Oh, brilliant. Many apologies for that.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Barrister. You've, managed to explain a whole lot to us, but I think we also need to understand how the process is run. Are you in partnership with people per local government, or is going to be stationed, is your office or your contact office going to be stationed in each local government so that there's access for a lot of all these young people? Because sometimes just going online and following the steps might be a little bit difficult. Are you looking at an interface sort of contact that would guide them towards actually becoming a beneficiary of this great initiative?
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Damilola. So over to you, Barrister. Would there be an interface, or would everything be done more online?
Okay, well, okay, let me start responding to Alex on how to participate on the program. Hello. Okay, I will start with answering Alex on how to participate in the program. We have a NALDA offices in the state.
Okay.
Okay, I think.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Please do continue, ma'am.
Okay, the process of participating in the Young Farmers Scheme is through the community stakeholders. As I said, it's a community-based program. And in each of these states, we have zonal office. We have offices in each state, which will be run through the coordinator of the state, and he will liaise with the stakeholders in order to select the young farmers. That is the procedure. And to Damilola, I think it's is kind of similar question with the one of with Alex's question, because she asked of the process in Ron. We have zonal offices, so we liaise with them, and they will liaise with the stakeholders. Stakeholders are the ones to shortlist the youths to participate in the farming process.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So Barisama, how do they get in touch with the stakeholders? Is there a process or procedure for getting in touch with the stakeholders, or they have to wait for the stakeholders to get in touch with them?
You know, in NALDA, as I said, in the website, there is address, and there is addresses of all the offices. And we here from NALDA, we will pay advocacy visits to the stakeholders, because we don't know them. We don't know the youths in the community. The stakeholders then are the ones that will shortlist the names of the youths for us. So that is the chain. That is how it works.
How it's done. Okay, so I believe what my take home from this now is what's important is we need to visit the NALDA offices in our local vicinity, and from there one can register physically and interface with them directly in order to benefit from this particular scheme.
Yes.
Yes. So okay, I'm seeing Kudus is asking, do we need to visit the state office? Yes, we've just said
Yes.
we visit the state office. So Mr. Damilola, yes, I'm sorry, Madam Damilola, yes, it's the state offices. So if we and I've got a question, well, a comment here that says via the website there are only 12 states listed. So I think we might need to ensure that all the states are listed via on the website, and
Okay,
as
the
well
12
as probably
states,
the zonal office. Yes, ma'am.
the 12 states that were listed on the website now is the pilot states, because I said NALDA is a new this thing that it was just launched last week by Mr. President, and so we have 9 pilot states, but for now we have 18, and our target is our target is every year we will target about 1,000 youths in the 774 local government, as I said.
Okay.
So that is why
Okay, so
maybe if you didn't see your state there, that means it's not among the piloting states for now. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So another question now, ma'am, is what are the requirements for qualifications in this program? So do we have any requirements that we each need to have in order to be qualified?
The only requirement is we are targeting at youths from 20 to 40 years old. That is
great.
Yes,
Okay. Then somebody else has said now that he visited, well, yes, I visited my local government yesterday, Egbedore in Osun State, but they said the form is closed. And then another person says, how soon will the other states be involved? So Osun State have said that the form is closed. Well, a particular local government in Osun State said the form is closed. And then how soon will the other states be involved?
Well, about the Osun State, let me start with the Osun State. As I said, our target for now is 1,000 youths. So I believe maybe it has reached the numbers of it has reached 1,000 now. So, but I know that they will soon open another opportunity. They will soon send another forms to Osun, because Osun is one of the piloting states. As for the other states, we are hoping by next year the program will reach the other states.
Great. Okay.
Yes, and currently there is an update going on our website, so they can link up through there also.
Okay, great. So we've shared the website in the chat section. So please do visit the website, everybody. Barrister Ma, must I visit my state or can I register at my resident state? So must it be from state of origin or can one register at resident state?
For now, it's from your state of origin because it's a community-based program. So we are targeting the people in the community. Moreover, if you're based in that same community that the program is going on, you can be included. I can't hear you.
So sorry, the next question was is Akwa Ibom part of the pilot scheme? But to that question, I will say, visit the website and you can find information there. I've sent the website once again. You can see the website. Please, Barrister Ma'am, please do not leave us. We will still come back to you. But at this point, we would move on to the next topic, and that is about sorghum farming. So we have Judy Melifomu is here to speak to us about sorghum farming. So Judy, you may wish to unmute yourself. I've clicked unmute. I've requested for you to unmute yourself. So please do so and tell us a bit about the opportunities available for young people in sorghum farming. Just give me 2 seconds while I deal with technical matters. Okay, Judy, can you hear us? Not too sure if it's having network difficulty, but can you unmute me? Yes, so I've clicked ask to unmute. So now what you do from your end is accepted.
Okay, I'm unmuted.
There we go. Brilliant.
Fantastic. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, Honourable Minister, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for having me today. It's been such an interesting discussion so far. So just by way of introduction, my name is Judy Melifonwu, and I am the National Secretary of NASPAM. So NASPAM is the Nigerian Association of Sorghum Producers, Processors, and Marketers of Nigeria. So we're a full value chain agricultural commodity association. And I've been National Secretary since the association was founded. We were initiated by the Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment through FACAM. So those that don't know FACAM, that's the Federation of Agricultural Commodity Associations of Nigeria. So we were initiated by FACAM in June 2018. And all the sorghum stakeholders from across Nigeria came together and created this association. And so it's been fantastic for me as somebody that's still a youth and also a woman to be able to participate in agriculture in this way. For NASPAM as an association, we've done quite a lot since our inception. We have developed programs that help combat insurgency in volatile regions across Nigeria. We've also used NASPAM grains to develop COVID-19 palliatives that were shared to less privileged Nigerians across the country. And as I mentioned earlier, some of you may say, oh, are you a farmer? And for us, I'm not a farmer per se, but our association is really a tripartite association. So it's made up of producers that are the farmers, it's made up of processors, which I am, and it's made up of marketers as well. So it's a complete sorghum value chain operation. So for those of you that are here today that want to take part in agriculture, but may not have the hands-on knowledge, there are still so many other ways in which you can participate in the agricultural value chain. So some of the things that we do, some of the responsibilities of NASPAM is we promote sorghum cultivation in Nigeria at a commercial level. We do this to reduce importation and capital flight. And we really try as much as we can to promote the commodity itself. For those of you that are maybe not from the north, many people have not heard of sorghum before. It's popular more in the northern part of the country, but for many of us from the more southern part of the country, people are not necessarily aware of it, but it's a very versatile crop. The look of it, it kind of like looks like maize, and it's used for so many different things. So it's used, you can use it and make swallow, you can use it and make pap. People use it to make beer, people use it to make malt. It's used for so many different purposes. And so that's one of the things that we do. We promote sorghum as a commodity, and we also do as much as we can to enable this being available to those that want to use it. A lot of big companies in Nigeria buy sorghum. So for example, as an association, we sell sorghum to organizations like Guinness Nigeria, other companies like Nestle and so on. They all make use of sorghum as a commodity. Another thing that we do as an association, we work to uplift farmers from peasant farming to more commercial farming. So we empower them, we teach them how to use modern technology in their farming. We teach them how to use all different kinds of tech that can make them have better yields. And we also support them with access to things like tractors and so on, so they don't have to do everything by hand. We supply farmers with inputs, all the inputs that they may need. We assist with extension services where we actually go into the rural areas and provide them with trainings and also post-harvest management. We help them provide a market. As I mentioned before, there are lots of big companies, exporters, people that buy sorghum in mass. And many times the smallholder farmers don't have access to those people as they just sell in the market and they don't always get the fairest price for their sorghum. So one of the things that we do is we match our members to the market and we provide off-takers for them. And then we also enlighten farmers on agriculture as a business. So how to move from beyond just farming and how to make it into a business. We have a membership at the moment of over 200,000 members. And we have quite a strong organizational structure. I mentioned I am the national secretary. So we have a whole national executive council. Then we also have state executive councils, and then we have leadership within the local governments and the cluster level. So at all levels of the association, there are people that people can reach out to. Our organization at the moment, we have presence in 32 states of the Federation across all the 6 geopolitical zones. We're open to membership from individuals, and there are so many opportunities. If you're a farmer, if you're interested in becoming a farmer, if you're a processor, a marketer, an input supplier, a researcher, someone that's into merchandising, packaging, there are opportunities for you within our value chain. Those that are into commodity trading and exporting, there are also opportunities for you within our value chain. Agronomy advisors as well, we also have opportunities for you. So that's just a little bit about the association. And the reason that we're here today is we want to work with the Ministry of Youth and Sport to provide opportunities for around 1,000 people that are interested in participating within the sorghum value chain or within opportunities around dry season farming. It's a new program. It's something that we haven't done before, but even at the moment as an association, over 80% of our members are youths. And so we're already working quite a lot with youth farmers. We want to open this opportunity up to more people that may not be traditional sorghum farmers or already operating in the value chain. So I feel like I've just been speaking a lot. So I don't know if there are any questions or if there's anything anybody would like me to clarify further on.
Great. Thank you so much, Judy. That's a lot of information. And yes, I do know we have a few questions. I have a few hands raised already. So I have Wisdom Olu. I'm trying to unmute you now, Wisdom Olu, so you can ask your question.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I can hear you. Good morning, everyone. I want to thank the Ministry of Youth Affairs for this opportunity given to us to actually interface and ask questions and then learn some few things and get aware of some few things that the ministry is doing. Thank you so much. Earlier before now, I raised my hand, but I went offline and came on and back. The first question I want to ask, it's not really a question. It's actually a concern. So I had I think Miss I don't know she mentioned about the fact that there the government is planning to give I think grants to young farmers across 774 local governments in Nigeria, and the opportunity is just for 1,000 people. Yeah, it's a very good one for a start, and I appreciate the federal government for that. However, I feel that number is very, very small compared to the number of farmers, young farmers that we have all over the country. That number is very, very minute. Second concern is the fact that so many people mention about communication. Yeah, there are so many things that the government is putting in place to ensure that the youth are engaged and, of course, they are employed and, of course, benefit from this particular government. However, the medium of communication is still a very, very major concern. Most of the persons that ask questions there are asking questions based on communication. Most of us go to so-called local government and they tell you that, oh, this thing has closed, or not even that alone. Some of them, some of the information doesn't even get to the major people that's supposed to benefit from some of these things. So I just want to encourage the ministry. There are so many medium of communication that I know that the ministry is doing very well in terms of social media, get information across to people and of course the right set of people. However, we have so many millions of young guys that are on the street and they are not getting access to some of this information. So I don't know what is the plan of the ministry in terms of using other medium of communication, which is traditional media, to pass across some of these things and to ensure that, and of course, proper monitoring and evaluation to ensure that this thing gets into the right set of people, not just some persons that already have persons that they want to put into the scheme. So that was my major concern. And thank you so much, Judy Melifon. Sorry if I didn't get that right. For this, also we'd like to know if there's any platform, online website that we can actually go through to check some of the things that you do, so that we can have a better knowledge of what you do. Thank you so much once again. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I'll hand over to Judy to answer the part that concerns, and the Honorable Minister will answer the other part once he comes on. So over to you, Judy.
Yes, we do. We have a website. So NASPAM is So National Association of Nigeria. You can look for the website. If you just Google it, the website will come up. We also have Twitter now. It's new, so don't expect much content. We just opened the Twitter, but it's NASPAM HQ. So you can start following us on Twitter. From this week, we're going to start posting more information on Twitter. And I believe after this, we're going to open a group in conjunction with the ministry. So those of you that are interested in partnering with us or in getting involved, then that group is going to be created after this meeting. And so information will be shared and everybody can join that group where we can, because like I said, we want to run a pilot program with some of the youths that are interested in becoming more involved. And so as soon as that group is open, all the information in regards to this particular program is going to be shared there. Kemi, how can they join the group, or how will they get access to the group?
Okay, so we've created a Google form already, and I'm sharing that in the chat section or straight away. So yes, so once you fill out the form, we've got contact details of everybody that wants to get involved, and then we can, I just took a bit out of a tweet, so it's just the link that you need that's very important, and I'll reshare it again. So we've got that, yes. So I hope that works, but I'll have a look at it again. So yes, another question, how do we tap into the opportunity? How can one participate in the sorghum value chain? I love to have Judy's contact for serious business. So I believe the questions are all along the same line. So yes, we're sharing the link now for you to get involved. Do we have any other questions? Any other questions? Please, if you have any other questions, a sign like this would really, really help.
Yeah, I mean, if you follow the link, I'm going to share as much information as possible as soon as the group is created. So just follow the link. The link has just been posted. So all of you, as many as possible, sign up. And when the information is there, you can share it to your friends. You can share it to other people that you think would be interested. Our head office is in Abuja, but we do have state chapters. But we have our head office in Abuja and Asokoro. But yes, and if you see some of the Twitter information that was sent out today, my Twitter is there as well. My Twitter is Judy Takeover. So that's how you can reach me on Twitter. So any of you that are on Twitter, just feel free to tweet me. And I will always respond to all of your messages. But I think just follow the link. Once you join the group, you'll have all the information possible.
Great. Okay. So Damilola would like to ask another question. I've already unmuted her. So Damilola.
Yeah. Hi, Judith. You've done really well in explaining everything and giving us a breakdown. But one of my major concerns would be, is there any commitment, sort of monetary commitment that is expected from this applicant? Is there any monetary commitment that they're going to have to pay? How much are they going to pay to join the program? Is it free? Is Ministry of Youth taking, some paying, doing some sort of subsidizing some sort of cost for becoming a member? Is it a membership fee? How does it work? Because that's what a lot of people want to know. Is it free to all? And how much if you have to pay?
Okay, so normally, on a normal day, our membership fees last year were 4,500 per year. And everybody that paid the majority of people that paid that 4,500 got to be part of the Anchor Borrowers Program, which is the CBN program that provided them with inputs, provided them with everything that they needed to farm 1 hectare of farmland. So I think for that 4,500, they got over 130,000 naira worth of inputs and so on. And they also got access to market. But for this program, I haven't confirmed if we can completely waive the membership fee, but for the moment, there's no fees or anything like that that need to be paid for. So if you signing up is completely free. Receiving the information everything. Yay, Timo just followed me on Twitter. Hi, Timo. But yes, at the moment, everything is completely free. And obviously, this is something that's going to be sponsored by the ministry or supported by the ministry. So in addition, if there are maybe things that some of you may need to get started, then those things will be subsidized or they'll be provided for you to make use of. The way that we've done things in the past is, you know, sometimes when programs like this are rolled out, once the government provides certain things, it comes across to recipients that is dash, that is like federal government are giving out for free. And so the way we do these things is more like, so say, for example, during the COVID-19 time, when everything was really going bad, the price of sorghum rose till like one bag of sorghum, like 100 kg bag, was around 20,000 naira. On average, from 1 hectare of land, you can get around 26 of these bags.
Wow. In how many months?
The cycle is normally like 4 months.
That's not bad.
So it's not bad at all.
So is there a particular type of soil? What area do you think sorghum is going to be more, you know, fertile?
Okay, so let me get to that, but let me just explain a little. So from what everybody receives, so if you, for example, a farmer receives certain inputs and support to be able to do this, at the end of it, you have to pay back. So when you pay back, you can pay back in cash, but most of the time we prefer people pay back in grain. So if, for example, the grain is pegged, we'll say, okay, if you are able to, if we provide you with all these inputs and services, at the end of the harvest year, we expect you to give us 6 bags of grain, and then you can do whatever you want with the rest of them. And then to make it fair for all, we try, and that's why we do the teaching, so that we can teach you, okay, this is the best way for you to use fertilizer. If you use organic fertilizer in this kind of way, then you can sell your product as organic if your soil is certified organic, and you can get a higher price for it. This is the variety of seed that we prefer you to plant. So we're giving you hybrid seeds. These seeds will grow fast and they will give you a better yield than perhaps if you use the local seed. So that's like the kind of way it works. Then at the end of the year, we will help to harvest. We take the grains that we're taking, and then the rest is given back to the farmer, and then they can sell it in the open market, or we can sell it on their behalf to an off-taker. For example, like one of these big companies, Nestle, Guinness, the big off-takers, and then the farmer receives I guess their own profits, and then they can choose to reinvest that next year. So that's what makes the program quite sustainable.
So
at the
how
end
long,
of the day, the government,
then another question that I have, just before I forget, how long can you, I know with farming, you can only use your land for a number of times. So how many times can you recycle harvest?
Okay, so the way it normally works, like I said, this crop normally takes like 4 months from planting to harvest. And so what a lot of farmers do is you plant a certain crop. Then once that crop has harvested, you plant a different crop, which adds different things back to the soil. So maybe like in the wet season, you'll plant sorghum. In another season, you plant a different thing. So that's what a lot of farmers do, so that then your land is working for
your land can
throughout
breed.
the year.
It can breed to be Thank you very much.
And the land can breathe, because you can't keep putting the same thing in and expecting it to continue to be fertile and so on. So that's like, there's a way of staging it. Hi, someone else just followed me.
Thank you. I think
welcome for the follow. Thank you for the follows. I'm going to be very popular after this live.
Well done, Judy. Well done, Daphne. I would also like to ask you a question, and I think you also have some. So, Farmer Ike, please do unmute yourself. Farmer Ike. Great, Farmer Ike. So we can see you. Okay, you've got to we can see you, but we can't hear you. So you just unmute yourself.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Let me get back to the cast. Okay, my name is Farmer Ike. Sincerely would like to thank Judy. Also thank Barrister. I had all said, but some of the challenges we've been having is sometimes some of these initiatives that are good end up getting to the wrong people. And I have a network of farmers, both in Lagos, Enugu, and also in Abuja here, that would like to also be part of what Judy does with sorghum, and we would like to see how we can work together. I asked for her contact. I've been struggling to see if I can get the Twitter contact, so we see how we can work on that. Another thing I sent a message. If it is wise to talk about integrated farming system. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
that's fine,
can hear
sir.
you. You said integrated farming systems.
Yeah, if it will be wise to discuss it, so anybody listening now can also learn from it and see if they will want to practice, because that's what we do.
Okay.
Let's hear about that.
Okay, let me have the key, please. Sorry.
Thank you. I mean, to meet you, and how many farmers do you have in your membership, Farmer Ike?
All right. Our membership is paid membership, but people we are mentoring are over 500 plus. But the membership, paid membership, are 174. 174 paid members. Okay, then we own 3 farm estates.
Okay.
3 farm estates. We have in Ogun State. We also have in Abuja, and the one we're setting up in Anambra State also. The idea of farm estate is to make sure people come together in particular place to farm, where you won't have issue of herdsmen, farmers clashes, where there won't be issue of banditry. When you mentioned about land, yes, there's land, but sometimes you tell people to go farm and they'll be afraid because of the location. You know, some places are a bit notorious, and some people may not want to go there if they are not resident in those places. So we try to get places where it's peaceful and there's security. So we advise lots of people to come farm there. But, you know, that is not for the general public right now, because it involves a lot of money buying land in a developed place, you know, to farm. It's not what every farmer can, as in young farmers can do. But the idea of integrated farming system, like I wanted to say before, it's simple. It's just like what the way we are now. We part of the animals now breathing, and we breathe in oxygen, which plants gives out. Okay, so and when we take the carbon dioxide out, plant takes them in. And I do tell people there's nothing like waste. I think in the dictionary of God, because if we go into integrated farming system, we don't waste anything. And I usually say that waste becomes waste when you waste it. So if you look at what people are doing right now, especially in the north, you find out that the soil is turning a bit whitish, and they're having some issues, you know, with the soil. You keep on putting manure, Judy talked about organic. If one can want to go organic, yes, it's good to go organic, though organic is expensive, but people need to really learn how they can do that organic with less cost. I usually advocate for, say, if you have 1 hectare of land and you want to grow guinea corn, that is sorghum, for example, you have a plot or 2 where you do poultry also. That's what we call integrated, where you do poultry, such that the waste of the poultry becomes impute for the guinea corn. And some guinea corn, I'm sure you know, will not go to the market. And some waste of the guinea corn, you also give to your cow or you give to your goat. Like we own cattle farms too. So if we have such waste, we have to just break them into pieces, give them to our cow, and with that, there's nothing wasted at all. Then people can start thinking of community farming, urban farming system, because I'm in Abuja currently for a program, but you hear lots of youth to be complaining, I don't have land, how will I go into agriculture where we don't have land? We try to make sure, even with cement bags, I have lots of videos of what we are doing already, even with cement bag in tide floor, people can farm, people can cultivate their crops, in such a platform. There's a way you make it economically, you make more profit, you make good profit from using even cement bags, So we teach people all that, but what I'm just trying to say is the concept of integrated farming. In order to reduce waste and produce that organic crops, like lots of people are advocating for and mentioning, you just need to go integrated. Add up your crop farming with a bit of animal husbandry. Even if you cannot do it, like in our farm estate, let's say Madam Judy is part of our farm estate, for example, or Barrister is part of our farm estate, for example. She can be into poultry, and I'm into maize production now, also into pig production, or any of those animals. Now, my waste from my maize, I have somebody to sell it to. I don't need to bother. Where do I sell this? I easily sell to Barrister, and when she has waste from her poultry farm, she don't bother. How do I dispose this waste? Like some big poultry farm, they're having issues right now with disposing of waste, especially those that are close to urban areas. You can easily give it to somebody that have crop farm, they buy them from you. So in that value chain, you find out that you're not losing anything at all. That is what we are advocating for. And we've been to different radio stations telling people, but you know how it is, I would like lots of youth to look into that. Madam Judith said something that when you grow your guinea corn right now, you tend to grow another thing the next year, like crop rotation now. But I want to say this: if you are into integrated farming, you won't have issues with soil fertility anymore. You won't have issues.
Ike, thank you so much for your insight. We love everything that we've heard. I'm not a farmer, but I'm being converted now. Thank you so much. So what we would, I'd also get your contact, and after this Zoom meeting, we'll have a tete-a-tete behind closed doors and see how we can partner with you to get more young persons involved in this integrated farming ecosystem. Thank you so much. So Judy, I don't know if you have any response to, I don't know if you have any response to that. Oh, I believe I have to unmute you again, Madam Judy. Okay, Judy, are we there? So we can round up this conversation.
Yes. No, I mean, I think that it will be great for me to speak to Farmer Ike offline, because there's so much that he has to share. So I think that will probably be better if we have an offline conversation.
Okay, great. That's fine. So do we have any more questions for Judy before we let Judy go? Please, if you have any questions, you may just wish to give me a wave. A little bit of a signal would work.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anybody, feel free. I've seen a lot of people have added me on Twitter. Please feel free to use the form, add me on Twitter, reach out to me, and then any questions that you have, I'll be able to answer them. And as, like I said, this is a new program, so it's still being formulated. So as it's formed properly, it will all the information will be shared on the same platforms that this meeting was shared.
Okay.
The person that's saying NASPAM HQ is.
Yeah, I think Judy is having some. Yeah.
We're having some feedback. Okay, so that's great. Thank you so much, Judy. I hope we've got all our questions answered. Addresses very, very soon. At this point, I want to bring on the lady we tried to bring on before, who about mining. So yes, Madam Lawi, please.
Hello.
Madam Jumoke
Hello.
Lawi.
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon, Honorable Minister Kemi and hello.
Yes, ma'am. Hey.
Hello. Okay. Yes. Good afternoon, Honorable Minister Kemi and all the young men and women that are on the stage at the moment. Today, I would like us to talk specifically about mining of gold and gemstones. For the young man and woman, I think that is one of the lowest hanging trees. And last week, the Honorable Minister of State, represented by Mr. Patrick, did talk about the ministry's effort to get young people into mining. You set up a cooperative so that they're registered as a mining cooperative, and that way they're able to go into a mining site. Now, the difficulty before had been obviously digging down, and a lot of people don't know, they're a little bit afraid of digging. But in partnership with the two ministries, I figure if we have a little bit of mechanization, where a young person can just, the excavator, let's say, does the digging, the youth come in, all you have to do is pan, you wash, they weigh how much gold you find, and you are paid. That which is in line with the federal government's PAGME, that's this presidential situation where the artisanal miners are encouraged to make a living. I think that program is very crucial and important for Nigeria and also for the Nigerian youth because one, it stops the outflow of gold out of this country and it gives instant cash to whoever finds the gold. It gives the central bank an opportunity to build up our gold foreign reserve so that in the near future, we can use it as a trade platform to trade internationally on gold. Because there's no reason why we have the gold and the gold trading happens in South Africa, Germany, and London. It doesn't make sense. So we should be able to come up with our own in a very short period. So if a mining cooperative is formed, it also means you have, it can also solve the problem of this vandalization happening in the rural areas, in the mining areas, because it means you have all the information about the miner, because you have thumbprint, and we are going one step further. We're actually setting up banks in those areas so that cash does not move. That will reduce the amount of banditry in the mining sectors, because if there's no cash there, where everybody is paid via POS, and they all have bank accounts, it means you can trace who you are paying. You know who is getting paid for what they are doing. So if anything happens, you can find them. And then the cooperatives themselves guarantee one another. That's another safety measure. And we are doing Nudoju. The community themselves would kind of know who is coming. We build hostels, so you have all the information about these people that you are putting in there. So the mining of gold gives the young man money almost instant, because you dig, the excavator digs, you wash, you weigh your gold, you are paid. So there's no excuse for and luckily doesn't need education. Let's go back a little bit in our history to the 14th century. Till date, Mansa Musa is supposed to be the wealthiest man that ever lived in West Africa. And if he could do it, imagine what we can achieve now with all these professors, all these universities, mining, engineering, geological survey, geophysics. If we're all coming with our native intelligence too of where you live, it gives ample opportunity for young Nigerians to really begin to mind their own business. Because when you mind your business, you put money in your pocket. So you do not have time to go and mind any other person's business. And I think with the gold mining, that is one way. Now, the gemstones itself, with a beneficiation center, if we can structure one maybe in each of the zones that have gemstones, one is definitely necessary in Ibadan, where there's a gemstone market in Ibadan. Incidentally, Nigeria is not even mentioned as a gemstone producing country. Most of our gemstones are sold from other countries as their own mineral resources, which is most unfortunate. So that can be also taken care of when we mine our own business, beneficiate it ourselves, cut and polish it ourselves, and sell it ourselves, or set it into jewelry and export the jewelry ourselves. And I know out there are loads of very creative young Nigerians who can make some fabulous jewelry, some fabulous bags or shoes using some of the not so valuable gemstones. That's another area that we are looking at as Young Explorers and Miners Association in partnership with Federal Ministry of Mines and Federal Ministry of Youth. Happily, the two ministers are genuinely interested in developing the lines that creates jobs. And this creates jobs, whether you are educated, not educated. It's one thing where there's room for everybody to play. And each person benefits from the other because this person brings in brain energy, another person brings physical energy. They are both essential in mining. And last week I spoke about the integrated mining city we're trying to set up in Udoju in Osun State. The Oba of the place has given 100 hectares for the program. Osun State is a place that is very safe, and the government are really determined to keep it safe. They are doing their best to do so. And what we plan to do is have mining going on, farming. So obviously I'll be talking to Julie after this and the Barrister Cow to see how we can synergize and start at least one cluster to show us what is possible. So we'll plan to have farming, building, because some of the waste material will be used in building. We do fish farming with some of the ponds that are left from the farming. And I talked about animal husbandry, which is also possible because in the ecosystem, it helps improve the environment. And when the ministry comes in with a little bit of mechanization, it means a lot of the vandalization and ruining of the environment that has been going on will be salvaged because there will be responsible mining. Where they mine, we reclaim, and where we reclaim, we farm. Where we are not reclaiming, we do fish ponds, we do piggery and all sorts of stuff. So it's totally integrated. Mr. I's conversation was, to me, very interesting because it does bring all this into bear. An integrated mining community actually will be my own concept of Garden of Eden. I'm sure most of you have watched that film, Wakanda.
Okay, I'm not so sure if we just lost Madam Jumoke. I'll just check for that. Probably network. Yes, I believe due to network, we have lost her. But I know she will definitely be back in any minute now. So we'll just give her a minute or two to come back in. We have spoken about a lot today. We'll soon be rounding up. And I know one or two people might have some questions for her. So let me move to Joshua Ekele. Your hand is up, Joshua Ekele. I've asked you to unmute yourself. Please, let's hear from you. If it's a question for Madam Lawi, would let her know when she comes back. So yes, Usman Issa, we'll take your question next. Okay, so Mr. Joshua, please, let's hear from you.
Good morning. My name is Joshua. I'm calling from Delta State. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to ask Madam, the lady that just finished speaking. You see, our problem is not knowing that we can, of course, mine all these things, but what are the measures put in place to avoid, all these environmental issues that will come up later? Because I'm an engineer and I know, like, take Ajakuta steel industry, for example. You see, we go into something fully and all that, there's enthusiasm, we go into it, but there's no backup plan for the aftermath. Because we see all those craters that are created, the holes and all that. What are their plans to utilize those things, or to maybe at the end of the day settle those stuff so that they don't become an issue later in the future? So my question is, what are their plans to take care of the side effects of mining? Because everybody goes into mining now and they see that there's money to just be uncontrolled and all that. So that's my question.
Thank you. So the question is, plans to take care of mining side effects. Okay, so immediately she comes back, and she's back. I hope she's hearing us, or she can hear us. I think that English is better. And then we'll let her respond to that question. Do we have any more questions? Do we have anybody else with their hands up? I know someone said his question is for the Honorable Minister, so we'll leave that one till next. Let's just see. Okay, so no more questions on mining, am I correct? Do we have any more questions on sorghum farming and any more questions on NALDA? Please, if you have any questions on any of those three areas, please raise up your hand now so we can take the questions before we move back to the Honorable Minister, Youth and Sport, to round up for all of us. So, okay, Jimo Nuruddin, please unmute yourself and please let us know your question. Jimo
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. My greetings to the Honorable Ministers and Barrister Yadah Bakawu in particular. My question is about NALDA. I want the Honorable Minister Hello.
Yes, I can hear you now. I'm not sure if that was my network or yours. Go on.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So apology to Barrister Yadah Bakawu. See, some month ago, there was an online application about NALDA. So it was quite unfortunate. You came here this morning telling us that we need to go to the local government, ask for form and fill it. For those that have applied online in the past and are not even opportune to be on this program presently, I believe what they will be waiting for is for them to be shortlisted or get a message from NADA. But following you vividly this morning, that means the online application has been jettisoned. You have brought up another million to taste this program. And this has been government practice in the past on most of their schemes, which always brings about failure. So I want the Honorable Minister to help us align with those that are organizing this program, NADA. If truly they are meant for the youth, the way they are doing it is not the best way to do it. The Honorable Ministers has, in one way or the other, lift the limelight about how government schemes are being done in the past. One of those is the one we are enjoying presently, which is the conversation. So based on that, I would like the Honorable Minister to align with them also and let them see that the way things are being done is not the best way to meet their targets. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. So I'll quickly hand over to Barrister Hajara to respond to that. Barrister Hajara, I'm trying to unmute you now. You may wish to unmute. Yes, Barrister Hajara.
Okay, Jumo, thank you for your observation. But as I said, I did not set the online registration. It's defeated. When I was telling the speech, I said this is a community-based program, and in each community that we are intervening, we have stakeholders there. At the same time, the application that you apply through online, the stakeholders have to screen it. That is in everybody's community. So it's not that the online application has been defeated or something. The line application is still in order. But since it's a community-based program, and as for now, we only have about 18 panels. So I don't know which state you're from, but I feel you can ask your colleagues or other people that applied to the online. Ours is to compile the names of the applicants, and the stakeholders will sit on it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Barrister Hajara. I believe that's the answer to our question there. I think we're rounding up for today now. There was a question for Madam Lawi on mining, which was the plans. Just a second. I'm getting some feedback here that I'm trying to mute. Okay, I've successfully done that. So I'll just quickly move back to Madam Lawi. Please, Madam Lawi, if you may wish to unmute yourself, ma'am. Just for one last question as we round up.
Okay. Okay.
So the question was, plans to take care of the mining side effects. So are there any plans to take care of the mining side effects?
Say that again. I didn't quite hear you.
Plans to take
Can you say that again?
Of mining side effects. So the side effects that occur due to mining, are there any plans to take care of them?
If you mine responsibly, there's hardly any side effects. There are mainly benefits. Of course, there is a situation with the land because there's no way you mine without digging. But if we understand that you must reclaim after you mine, it becomes feasible. And you can farm on where you are not mining anymore. That also works. You can do fish farm in the small lakes you create for the washing. So when you have different players, the environmentalists, the mining engineers, the geophysicists, mining responsibly, I think most of what you get would be benefits. The benefits far outweigh the negatives. And if each place we set up, we will certainly mine responsibly.
Yes, ma'am. And then the last question is just what are the, sorry, I think I've typed something. So sorry, the last question is what are the benefits available when one joins in the available benefits to young miners?
First of all, you get instant cash if you do choose to do gold mining, because every day you come, you wash. Even if you get a gram, think about it. A gram of gold gives you over 20,000 naira in your pocket. So even if you make 1 gram per week, in 4 weeks, you have over 80,000 naira per week. That's more than if the government or anybody were to employ you for startup. So it gives you instant money in your pocket. So I think that is by far a major benefit to mining. The problem before had been you didn't want to dig. Now the government are willing to assist with the digging. So what you do is wash, and they wait and pay you cash on the spot. I don't think there's any business better than mining business in Nigeria at the moment. Thank you.
At the moment. Thank you so much for that, ma'am. We will once again be sharing the link to the mining group in the chat section. So at this point, I'm unmuting the Honorable Minister, Youth and Sports, sir. If you wish to unmute yourself, give us some closing remarks for today's conversation.
Thank you very much, Kemi. I'm sure you can see me now.
Yes, sir, I can see you.
And I've listened all through. I want to thank the speakers. I want to thank Barrister Yadah. I want to thank my sister, Lawani. I want to thank the young chap who spoke about integrated farming. But more importantly, I want to really thank the youth that have asked questions and also given perspectives. And I think one of the things we want to do here, just beyond, talking as governments, we want to bring practical ideas, people from the private sector, from mining, from agriculture, to come and speak. But also we want to make sure that this platform offers opportunity and it brings value. Value beyond just being able to talk to a minister or somebody in government. Value in the sense that you come to this platform, and on this platform, we can onboard youth for certain programs. We can recruit them for the mining project, for the NALDA project, for the sorghum farmers project. This program also serves as a bridge because of the kind of information out there that is not fully empowering, that is not timely. We want information that is A, B, C, D. And that will be the basis of my response. First to NALDA, I thank Barrister Yadah. I think you've tried to offer the information you have. But I just sit back and I said, look, if I'm a youth, what can I go away with here? I want to hear about specific timelines. I want to know the A, B, C, D step. If you say it's community-based, what are the ABC steps for me as a youth to plug in? If I've applied online, what are the timelines from NALDA? I haven't applied online. What should I expect from NALDA? A letter, an invitation, a training? These specific timelines and information is key. That has been the missing link. So if we have to invite NALDA back again, I am going to do that through the ministry because we need to drill down. If Mr. President has launched this program, it's important. This is the Ministry for Youth Development. It's important that a platform like ours is used to come forward with critical information that gives you the A, B, C, D steps. Even if the program won't take off until three months time, but people have applied. If you apply online, what should you do? The community-based thing, how does it work? How is it structured? Because that helps the youth to understand clearly what they're getting into. this is very important. I thank you for coming on. I'll be speaking to the Executive Secretary again, Mr. Okono. We'll also get a bit of NALDA and the ministry will have meetings next week. And then we're going to take a start at NALDA again, because the president believes so much in this NALDA project, just like the public works project. Imagine getting 774,000 youth into farming. That's the start of the revolution. Thank you so much. Judith, thank you so much. You spoke extensively. Let me first say that the ministry, in principle, has agreed to partner with the sorghum farmers in order to bring our youth into sorghum farming. We know that they can do dry season sorghum farming. The ministry will commit to making sure that they provide the 150,000 seed capital that each Nigerian youth that applies, each Nigerian that applies will benefit from that 150,000 support. And then we turn them over to the Sorghum Farmer Association, and they can take them through that and then the processing and the entire value chain. But Judith, this is my point. I'm a Nigerian youth. My question is this. Give me the 1, 2, 3 steps, assuming I'm interested, assuming I know that the Ministry of Youth will provide the 150,000 naira I need to get started. Today, apart from filling a Google form, what are the 1, 2, 3 steps, the conditions I need to have in place? I'm sure you said it in a way. I will be glad to have you come back to say, if you're a youth and you're interested, fill the Google form. You need to make sure you have X, Y, Z. And then that comes, information comes to the ministry. The ministry looks at it and says, we're going to support X number of people. That will be empowering and critical. I want people to come here and go away better informed, go away plugged into opportunities, and go away happy that they have a clearer understanding. And by word of mouth, they can pass this information on across to others. The youth, mining my business. I think that most of our youth have already applied. We will be interested in knowing, for those that have applied, what is the next stage? Because we want to also monitor and evaluate. As we give these opportunities, as they get recruited and the rest, the ministry will be interested in just monitoring and evaluating the progress. Some of them will have challenges. The ministry will say I can come in, or how you can bridge and talk to the relevant agencies that are involved. We know that we had the Minister of State who came 2 weeks back and spoke about the Survival Fund. And I know that so many people left with with so much clarity about payroll support. And we're going to bring that back again, because that's one of the biggest COVID-19 palliative program of government. People are getting 30,000 in their accounts. Some are getting payroll support. If we need to bring that back again, because they have this program that's going to last 12 months, we'll bring it back again. And so many other ministers who are critical. We're going to bring the Minister of Agriculture back too. They have a number of programs on mechanized farming, on cooperative farming for young farmers. Extensive. I don't have the facts. But then I think that we're on the right path. We want to keep our digital footprints going. And as we bring these opportunities, we want to make sure that we provide the Google form. So for each opportunity, you have an opportunity to apply and to tell other people, or go to our website. And then we keep that list and then follow up to make sure that you benefit from it. Finally, let me say this. The 25 focused youth programs that we've been talking about as a government is domiciled in about 6 to 7 ministries and about 9 departments and agencies of government. The ministry has since begun a process of having every of these programs through their ministries provide us with the detailed information of this program. So we'll become custodians of this information, and we make this available through our help desk and the deal office, such that if questions come in or phone calls come into our center by the youth, we want to make the ministry the database for all these programs. So you can call and say, this program on NALDA, I've been to NALDA's website, I don't quite understand it. We will have taken the details. Some of our staffers, youth development officers are fully briefed. They can answer your questions. They can walk you through the process. They can connect you to NALDA, as the case may be. So we're building that capacity. And very shortly, we're going to have all these ministries that have programs that are youth focused, provide us with full details, and also create a pathway for Nigerian youth who want to benefit. So we want to stop an era in which you apply, you will 6 weeks, 4 months, nothing comes back to you. We want to serve as a buffer. You can come back to us to say, you're my ministry, I'm a youth. I applied for this. I want to know whether it's a yes or it's a no. And then we're setting up the facility that can reach back to them because it's government to government. I can even pick the phone and call anybody to say, look, what's happening? This youth, and they can check to say, oh, youth X applied, but did not qualify because of XYZ. Youth X applied, and we're just in the last stage of the process. We believe that will bring a lot of value. We're committed to that. The help desk and interactive center will, in another 1 or 2 weeks, be ready. We announce the numbers. There'll be youth, about 10, 20 of them. You can call in, you can text, you can WhatsApp with detail. They'll get back to you through text. They'll pick up the phone and talk to you, and we can continue this engagement. So I want to thank you once again for this opportunity. We'll keep doing this. But let me also say, every time I want to announce, we have the noya.com, Nigerian Online Youth Assembly. Is a website set up for the Nigerian youth. It aggregates opportunities from government, from the private sector, from the continent. You need to visit noya.com or .ng. It's important. We keep updating them. Eventually, we're going to bring in about 5 interns, youth interns, who will be part of putting together the content. We have the reach to know about opportunities that abound. This is a site that aggregates opportunities for our youth. And then you can just visit that website. You're online 7 hours a day. Stop by noya.ng. Just check. You might just find an opportunity that is important for you. There's so much out there. But what we put on Noya is it comes from the United Nations, African Union, Commonwealth, AFDB. And once you apply and we know, we can also follow up to say on behalf of this Nigerian youth. Yep. Yes, Kemi. Hello, Kemi. Hello.
That's fine, sir. Sorry, sir. I thought we lost you there, but that's okay, sir.
All right. So that's noya.com. But also, as a fallout of the protests, we've also concluded starting a chat room. And if you know what a chat room is, you know that it's also another level of conversation with the Nigerian youth. The chat room, of course, will be opened and launched in another week. We're doing a test run now. And in the chat room, you can come in and chat with me. You can come in and chat with certain key personalities, governors, ministers, people in the private sector. You come in and chat with Dangote as a guest. You see, this thing, we're trying to have that conversation. And we're opening up various platforms. You know, the virtual town hall meeting, the chat room is coming on, the help desk is coming on, and we hope to sustain it. We're building a sustainable model around this so that we can have the benefits of a conversation. We don't want to just talk down to you. We want to have a conversation, level-headed. You give us your feedback, the critical issues. We provide support and opportunities, and then we can see how this relationship can be better. So the chat room is coming on pretty soon, and that will help. Kemi, I thank you so much for anchoring this again. What we want to do next time is that by Tuesday, we'll make sure that our flyers are ready so that we have a whole three days for these people to know about this and join it. One last call out. We're looking for influencers.
Yes, sir.
Influencers that can help us and help the Nigerian. The UN needs 10 engineers in 20 days. Can you help us send that out? That's what we need influencers for. If the content we give you as an influencer is not content that benefits the youth and it's propaganda, don't spread it. But I think we need to also use the youth to help spread the information. And we have this information. But we think we should use influencers amongst our youth. So if you're willing to be a partner with us in this process, let's know. Let's indicate through Kemi. Then we'll be sending you our content. You might even be lucky that the content we send to you is a content that you need too. So you can just easily apply. There's a program going on that just ended on November 10th. We knew about it on the 7th. We had to get 10 Nigerians for a United Nations program. Of course, we did put it out, but we are not sure if every Nigerian youth that was interested got to know about it. But then when we have about 10 youth influencers, we just give you content that are valid, and you have the right to decide whether you want to spread it or not. But we'll not give you government propaganda. I'm not about government propaganda, but whatever we can do to help spread the word, I want to be a partner. I'm a communicator, a journalist by training. I know the power of communication. And in an era where there's fake news, I want to be a purveyor of factual news that is empowering. And I want the youth to partner with me as the minister and to partner with the government and the private sector that are providing this information. Once again, I want to thank you for today. I hope that we can have another one next week and next week and next week ongoing. And I'm sure eventually we'll see the value of this. We've just done 5. And I tell you, it's going to get better. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
Kemi, I've seen so many people that are interested. I think in the chat box, since everything is documented and recorded, they can just type in their handles. We want to also talk to them, not just send stuff to them. We want to know them and thank them. We'll put their names on our website to say these are youth who are willing to disseminate information on youth projects. And that will be very critical as partners in progress.
Okay, great, sir. I would find a way to collate the information from everybody. At this point, thank you so much, Honorable Minister, sir. I know we still have a few more questions. Please visit the chat room's website. I've shared all the links within the chat section. So please visit the chat room's website, visit noya.ng. Do send me a DM on Twitter. My Twitter handle is there as well. So if you have any more questions, we are here and we're ready to answer all your questions. So we'll see you again.
The influencers that will help us spread the news about opportunities.
Yes, sir. So I'm seeing some of their contacts here. Like you said, we have a few people that have said that they are interested. So I've got at Wizzy Femson, at MC something, Clement, Jimbo. So, sir, I'll be taking down all this.
Kemi, can you talk about is it the Microsoft training for 1,000 people?
The Microsoft training. Yes,
we'll be kicking off. Go, talk about it.
Okay, so we have the Microsoft one. We'll be starting the Microsoft one from next week. So we're just finalizing things with Microsoft at the moment. Another thing that we have in the bag that will soon be released is the grant for young persons between 25 and 35. So please do stay peeled, keep your eyes peeled to our social media. We also have a loan for females. Fortunately, this is gender specific for females that will be launched sometime before the end of the month as well. So please do keep your eyes peeled to our social media handles for that. The Google training as well, we'll let you know about it. The IBM training is still ongoing. So if you visit noya.ng or you visit our Facebook page, you can see information on the IBM training as well as Microsoft training as well. And these trainings give you competency badges that you can use to apply for jobs. Some people that we've just recruited in the ministry were able to be recruited because we saw this additional competencies on their CVs. So these things are very, very important. So please do key in. I've shared as much information as possible, but please do visit our Facebook page, visit our Twitter handle, and we'll take it from there. Anything else, Honorable Minister, sir? I believe the minister is muted now. So I'm going to thank you so much, sir. So thank you, everyone. I'm not going to end the meeting because I'm trying to collate the information from the chat. So I'm going to have the meeting on for a bit more. But thank you so much. Do have a wonderful Friday and have an amazing weekend. And we'll keep rolling out opportunities. And I hope you keep keying into them. Thank you so much and have a good one. Goodbye.